the instructions for day 6 have us working a right side row, and I'm well on my way to finishing that row, but I want to show you something. So I have worked my pattern past the little center section. Here's that little center stitch. Did my increases like I'm supposed to, and then after you finish that increase, it says to knit to 25 stitches before the end of row. So this is of course the end of the row. It's a right side row, and I need to be 25 stitches back. So instead of knitting a few and counting back and forth, I'm not very good at remembering what number I was supposed to be remembering. So before I even begin this row, generally I will take a minute and count and place a marker where I need to. So I need to be 25 stitches away. So let's do it together. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 25. And so I will hold on to that spot, pull my little needle out of the way, and then I'll grab one of those removable stitch markers and attach that between those two stitches. So I need to knit these last few stitches before I begin the next part of the pattern. But before I begin, actually before I begin the entire row, after I have counted my 25, I'm gonna count it again. And the reason I do that is I can count once and get the wrong number and not know that it's wrong if I miscounted and the wrong number that I come up with is the number I'm hoping for. So I wanted it to be 25, I counted 25, placed my marker, and now I'm just gonna double check one more time to make sure I have the right number, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 25. So all is right in the world. I need to finish my pattern. So again, I've worked through the center stitch. Here's the center spine of this part. And then it says knit to 25 stitches before the end of row, which is where our marker is now. So I'm gonna just knit my way to that. And then when I don't have to count because I already did my homework, right? I already did my counting. And I know that when I get to where that marker is, which is right here, I can take this and put it aside for now. And then I begin the next part of the instructions, which these read to yarn over and then knit 2 together. And we're gonna do that 10 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the last one is here, 10. So yarn over, knit 2 together. That's the 10th one. And now that I've done that, I should have 5 stitches left on my needle that need to be worked. The instructions say to knit 1, then knit front and back. So I'm knitting into the front and back of that stitch, and that leaves me with 3 knit stitches to finish that row. So I've finished my first right side row, and now I'm gonna turn my work and I'll work the wrong side row. And as I'm doing that, I need to place that marker. Here's the marker. I need to place that marker 25 stitches from the end of this row. So instead of stopping to count, at least for the first time, I will double check it after I finish finish this wrong side row, but I can count and knit and purl at the same time. So this is how I do it. So the first 3 stitches are knitted. So knit 1, 2, 3. And then the instructions for row number 2 say purl, to the marker and so on. So I've got a lot of purling to go, and I don't have to count those really. So what I'll do is I'll start counting my stitches. So I have 1, 2, 3 knit stitches. Now I'm gonna start purling, but it's stitch number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I wanted it to be 25 stitches before the end of row. So I've worked 25 stitches. I'm going to take my little marker and put it on there. And then I'll continue and I'll purl my way to the rest of the row following the instructions. So I'm going to purl to the last 3 stitches. And then once I'm done with that, we'll just pretend that I'm finished with my row here. You know that I'm not. But once I'm done, I will stop. And before I start working the next right side row, I'll go back and just double count and make sure that this is 25, which might as well do it here, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 25, and there's my marker. So once I finish my wrong side row, this purl row, row number 2, I'll be able to turn my work and then work a right side row. And after I get past my little center section where there's the increase is, then I can just knit to this marker, which tells me it's 25 stitches before the end of the row, and then I can continue with the bit of the pattern. So have fun with day number 6, and I will see you tomorrow for day number 7. Thanks.